Okay, my views. Thank you to the new subscribers. Welcome, and I hope you enjoy your time here. Now, thank you also. I want to really say thank you for those that have given a donation, sent me coffee money, etc. Thank you for that. I do appreciate it. Now, I want to say we are not going to bend and grovel and cry or any of those things. We are going to stand for integrity. Okay, we're going to stand for light. We're going to stand for truth. We're going to stand for integrity. We want the United States to still be the United States. Now, I'm a veteran, okay? I don't need to wear a flag, okay, to show my solidarity with the country. Okay, I did my part. I joined the military, okay? So, again, when you go in, you make the vow to support our country, okay, to fight for our country. And that's what we are going to do. We are soldiers of the light, okay? Doesn't mean we're going to go out there and screaming and yelling and all of that and causing chaos. But we're going to stand for truth, and we will not back down from truth, okay? We want the integrity of a fair election. And when votes were not counted, when people's votes were changed, when people's votes were, people had gone and voted and checked and saw their votes were not recorded, okay, then we're going to stand up and say, we want a recount. We want a genuine count. We want to see that this election is valid. And if it were valid, we'd be accepting of it and say, okay, how do we best go forward through this? But when an election has been invalid, we're not going to stand by and say, well, I guess he cheated his way in there and we just got bested. We're not going to do that. Okay, I'm not going to do that. I will continue to speak out. Now, again, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. But when you have more registered voters this time than any time, women that are standing up, elderly that are standing up, Republicans that are voting against him. And then all of a sudden he comes out with a popular vote. All the swing states, the smaller states that were red turn blue, and you don't see that something's amiss and something is wrong. Then you've bought into the MAGA lies and the MAGA spin. And then I see them out there, with all this nonsense and brouhaha that they're doing. And I'm going, no, we need to stand up. We need to have our voices heard. And we need to continue to go forward. We will not back down. Again, we're not going to be out there boo-hoo-hooing and crying. Okay? Because the election has been failed and flawed, and we want it looked into, and we want the genuine votes being counted. That's all we want. We want a fair election. If it were fair and they had counted all the votes and he had actually won, that's another thing, but that's not what happened. Okay? And so for those that are out there boo-hooing and crying, why are you giving them the satisfaction of such a thing? Stand up, have integrity. We fight for the light, and we are absolutely not going to have a criminal again in the White House. We're not going to honor a theft of an attempted theft of our country, our Constitution, our way of life. Absolutely not. We will continue to stand up and speak for the truth. Okay? So I'm asking the people out there, please go to these commentators' channels that are out there. I can't even listen to Marcellus or any of them today because they're, oh, brouhaha, we lost, and what are we going to do going forward, and blah, blah, blah. No, stand up and say we want a recount. We want all the votes counted. Okay? We want this to be a fair election. That's all we want. Absolutely a fair election. We want genuine results. Okay? So on that note, I leave that here. Sorry, I'm getting a bit militant over here this morning, but somebody's got to say something. I know people are heartbroken. It was like a gut punch. I get that. I felt that during the election night when I saw what was happening, but I knew there's no way that Pennsylvania all voted red for this guy, okay? When they came out and said, oh, all the Hispanics there voted for Trump, I know that is an absolute 100% lie. And when you see ones, what was it, New Hampshire, some of the ones up that are usually red turn blue, and yet all of a sudden he won all the swing states and all the ones that really mattered, and everything came out really quickly, okay? And none of the blue could catch up, none of them. I mean, it was so flawed that it's amazing that people are just not even questioning any of that. Okay? So on that note, I leave that here. We'll see you online.